on this new episode of My Solo Chronicles.
I remember I first brought it up to my mom, and she was like, so, what are you thinking about doing, and stuff like that. And I was like, oh no.
Mom, have a seat. Let me tell you.
Let me tell you, I'm thinking about moving pretty much the farthest place you can move from where you are. And she was like, oh no. Because she knew that I was like pursuing what God wanted me to do and like what his plan was for my life. So she was happy about it. She was so proud. Okay. But she was also like, dang it.
Hey everyone, welcome to a new episode of My Solo Chronicles. This is your girl, of course you know, April, and today I have another special guest with me. I'm so excited to share her story. It is absolutely amazing. I want to introduce to everyone Corinne. Welcome to the show.
Hello, thank you so much. I feel so honored.
Oh, I appreciate it. I'm glad you agreed to just like come on and just share your journey, your solo journey of just this amazing travel that you did. And I'm so excited that we're going to be able to hear it and you're going to share it. So before we get started, just a little fun little question I just want to ask you. Mm-hmm. If your move to Japan were a movie, what would the title be?
My gosh. It would be Absolute Chaos Part 1.
I love that. That is awesome. I cannot wait to hear why you picked that title.
It's like a good chaos, but it's still chaos.
Exactly. So with that being said, what made you decide to just pack up after college? Because I remember you saying to me you had just graduated. What made you decide to just right after college, I'm out, I'm moving to Japan?
Yeah. Well, for a while in college, I just had no idea what I was doing, what path I wanted to take. Okay. So I took a semester off. Okay. And was doing a lot of praying basically and a lot of thinking and a lot of researching. Okay. And then I attended a Christian ministry missions conference. Okay. Because I was interested in that kind of thing, just to see what's out there. I didn't really expect anything grand to happen. But while I was there, like afterwards, just thinking about like asking God, like, hey, what do you have for my life? What am I supposed to do? I don't know. What am I interested in? Exactly. I just felt like the most random, passion for the Japanese people. I was just like, I have to go and see this culture and these people and like be with them and love them and just like commune with them. Oh, wow. And awesome. I knew, it was like so random, but I felt like it was clearly from him because I'd just been asking him so much, like, what do you want me to do? Yeah. And it just like came up on my heart, and I was like pursuing different avenues for a while, and I was still passionate about it, and now I'm here.
Wow, that is awesome. You know what I always say, too, is just like sometimes you just got to sit still and just say, God, what do you want me to do? Yes. And just listen, absolutely. Open up your heart to just hear what direction he's going to take you. And he took you into this totally different direction, which is Japan. Yes. Yeah.
And if I hadn't, asked him and like given that, like set aside that time to be still and be like, okay, I don't have to like know where I'm going right now. I can take a while to sit about it and think about it. Then I wouldn't be here. And I'm so glad that I am.
That's true. Now, you said the title of a movie, if they were to do a movie on your move, would you say Complete Total Chaos?
Absolute Chaos. Part 1.
Part 1, because there will be a sequel.
Yep.
So why that title in particular?
I think it's because there's so much learning and there's so much newness that it feels like absolute chaos. And yet it's also so fun, and I can laugh at it so much. Okay. And there's like so many amazing things, but it's also like, what am I doing? I don't know what I'm doing. I'm learning along the way.
Exactly. Right. Yeah. So when you got to Japan, what's the very first thing that surprised you when you landed? Because, okay, for context, me and Corinne came in at the exact same time. We came into Fukuoka because we had to do like a week of training before they literally sent us all out to whatever area we were going to be in Japan to work. I know for me, when I landed now mind you, I visited in 2023, but for me, when I landed, knowing that I was going to be living here, I'm just like, whoa, it was almost like a culture shock. So for you, like, what was the very first thing that kind of surprised you when you got here?
I think just actually realizing I am in Japan. I am not in America. Like, I know that sounds so simple, but I got here and it had been just crazy traveling, like trying to figure out this little subway and then getting off the plane and then like transport, like all of that. And then I'm just kind of dazed. And then I wake up the next morning or like walk around at night or whatever. And I'm like, that is a sign in Japanese. I think I'm actually here. It was just so weird to be actually here and see Japanese people walking out of a train station. I'm like,
I know, because you see stuff on videos, YouTube or whatever, and it's like, oh my gosh, I'm actually here.
Exactly. Yeah. I literally felt like it was just a strange, otherworldly feeling of I'm actually in the place that I have been preparing to get to for so long.
Okay. And when you pictured life in Japan, like before you actually came here, what did you imagine? Like, how does that stack up to like the reality of how it is now that you're actually living here? You know, how did you picture your life?
Yeah, I think a lot of it is actually very similar because I had done so much research and so much thinking about the culture and what I would face moving here and immersing in a completely new place. Okay. So a lot of the things that I had, and realized, okay, this will probably happen, this will probably happen, this will probably happen. This is probably how it will feel. You go through these phases. So actually being here, I actually experienced all of those things that I prepared for. Okay. So it was still like maybe shocking or a struggle, but I had still prepared for it. So things like how Japanese people are, how their culture is a bit different, are actually a lot different.
A lot different.
And and how, like you first get here and there's kind of sometimes like this honeymoon phase and then sometimes it's a lot harder and it's a bit lonely. Like all of those things I had kind of thought about beforehand. So coming here, I felt much more prepared. Okay. And it felt like kind of like what I expected.
Okay, that's good. That is good. I know like with me just traveling here, I actually traveled here first, like 2023. And it was just like, I tell people traveling here and living here is two completely different things. And you don't really realize how different those two are until you're right in it, right in the mix of it. So
true.
Yeah. Now, I know you told me that, because when I approached you, like, oh, Corinne, come on my show. Tell me about your solo travels. You said, well, but you said that this was really like your first like solo travel experience. And I was like, what? You went from graduating from college, you didn't even take a gap year, and coming to Japan. What do you think about solo travel, like now that you've actually done it in such a huge way?
Oh, I love it. It's so good. And it takes a lot of courage because sometimes you're like, wait, do I really want to do such a big thing like that?
True.
But it's so worth it. And I love it. And I feel like I've learned so much and I'm so much more confident. Like I can do anything. If I can navigate Japan's train system, I can do anything.
That part right there alone. What's been
so
like the
hard?
And that's the thing, like just trying to navigate. I know for me, I'm still trying to learn the train system. And I've been here since March. So, for me, that's still the hardest part. Not even communicating, is the train system. So, yeah. So
difficult.
So difficult. What's been like the hardest part about making such a huge move on your own? You know, because most people I've spoken to, they've traveled solo out of the country or whatever. What's been the hardest part for you? Because this is a huge move.
Yeah. I think probably just some of the loneliness of being on your own. It's an amazing thing. And it also can be a really hard thing. Because obviously I'm in a place kind of more in the countryside where it's harder to build community and you're kind of restarting in a new culture.
Right.
And that's hard. To come and just like shift your whole life and be like, okay, now I have to try and build it up again. But this time it's with people who don't speak the same language as me.
That's
and
true.
Things like that.
Yeah.
It's probably that part of it. And I think the embarrassment of being like, wow, I'm doing everything wrong, but it's also how you learn.
That's true.
So, it's like all of the good things of, doing new things. And like being on my own for the first time. But the underside is, well, that also comes with challenges. Like, now I'm a little bit lonely and I can't talk to anybody because I don't know enough Japanese.
And if you call home, everybody sleep because it's a different time zone.
Yep. Yes, exactly. So probably that stuff.
Exactly. Yeah. So what did your family and friends think when you announced, I'm going to Japan?
So I remember I first brought it up to my mom, and she was like, so, what are you thinking about doing and stuff like that? And I was like, oh no.
Mom, have a seat. Let me tell you.
Let me tell you, I'm thinking about moving pretty much the farthest place you can move from where you are. And she was like, oh no. Because she knew that I was like pursuing what God wanted me to do and like what his plan was for my life. So she was happy about it and she was so proud. But she was also like, dang it. Like, you really want to move across the entire ocean?
Literally the whole entire ocean.
Yeah. So it took a lot of like, I think people were more like, oh, okay, that sounds awesome with time. Because I think when you first tell people like, yeah, I think I'm going to move to Japan, they're like, huh? What do you mean? Is this just a phase or what?
Corinne's dreaming again.
Yeah, exactly. And so then over time, it's like, no, I'm still going to try and do it. And I actually am, I have a job there now. They're like, oh, this is like a serious thing. Okay.
Oh, wow, you wasn't joking.
Yeah. So I think it just seems so crazy. And, like, oh, well, but will you really go through with it? Until, a few months go by and you're like, yeah, still pursuing it.
Yep. You're driving me to the airport tomorrow morning. Yeah. Wow. Because I've always been curious about that from the moment you told me, like, you went from college to here. And I'm just like, so what was everybody thinking when you just up and just said this? But like you said, it's almost like in the beginning, they're like, okay, all right, we're going to, of course you are. Yeah. But then when they realize you're like, oh, you're going to work and you got plane fare and all this other stuff, it's like, wow, you're serious. You're actually doing this. Wow.
Yeah. Wow. And I feel like sometimes, not with my family, but just sometimes other people I would talk to about it, there was some doubt. They were like, yeah, but you should probably like take your adult life a little seriously and just like get a job here and like stop being a little crazy. And not everybody, but just sometimes. And I'd be like, what am I doing? But, I got here because I kept pursuing it and I got here.
Exactly. You finally got here.
I did.
That's what you call proving everybody wrong. It's almost, it's like the doubters, the people that doubt you. It's just like, okay, I'm going to let you keep on thinking that. But I'm telling you, it's going to happen. Wow, that is awesome. That's awesome. So, do you remember a moment where it really hit you like, wow, I'm actually here doing this by myself. Like, I'm actually adulting by doing something like this. Do you remember a particular moment where it just, like, really hit you?
I think it's more hit me gradually. I think. So, I feel like because it's been so busy, just moving across the world and, like, okay, now I have a new job and now I have to take care of bills and they're all in Japanese and all this stuff. I think as I was going through that, like bits and pieces, it would start to hit me.
Okay.
So like I mentioned when I first got here, and I was like, oh my word, like I'm in another country right now.
Right.
This is not America.
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
Yeah.
Or then like navigating the train system,
right.
and I would be like running around being like trying to talk in Japanese, like where is my train? Like what the heck is this place? You know, like those kind of things. And then I'd sit on the train and be like, oh my word, I just did that by myself. And that was something I was afraid to do.
Right.
Or like having a Japanese conversation. I was like, I just talked in Japanese.
Wow.
So I think little things like that, like really mark.
Okay.
Whoa, I'm doing it by myself.
Yeah. Wow, that's awesome. Yeah, it's just like it does hit you. It just takes like, I don't know, going to the grocery store and buying something. And it's just like, wow, I'm not going to a store and hopping back on a plane, going back to my home country. You're actually going to your apartment. Just walking the streets, it just opens up just your eyes like, wow, mind blown. Like, I can't believe this.
Exactly.
So, yeah. Now, I know you say you've actually had conversation with Japanese people. Do you speak Japanese? Like, I don't speak Japanese, and I don't let that be a secret. I don't.
So I actually was studying Japanese for 2 years before I came.
Okay.
So I know a little bit.
Okay.
But
you probably know more than me.
It's terrible. So like the other day, for example, I was using the computer room at school to like record something for a student.
Okay.
And one of the teachers walks in and was like, no, like, are you using this room, but in Japanese? And I was like, so shocked that I didn't know what to say. So I accidentally said like, I will make another room instead of like, I will go use another place.
Yeah.
And like stuff like that happens all the time where I just deer in the headlights.
Okay.
But I can't. But then there are some times where like for half an hour we're carrying on a basic conversation with ladies in the office about, you know, various things like, oh, I'm from Texas, this is what it's like there.
Okay.
And, you know, I ask them questions. So I can carry on conversations just very, very, very basic.
Okay.
But I'm not very good.
At least you got the basics. I know certain words, like, you know, the Japanese word for water. It's just like, you can't, if somebody's asking you a question, you can't be like, yeah, water. It's like, seriously?
Yeah, exactly.
So that's a good thing. At least you know the basics. So do you think by you knowing just like basic Japanese that has helped you somewhat be able to transition here smoothly?
Yes, so much.
Okay.
And of course, there are a lot of, I think when I first got here, actually, me and another ALT were lost in the train station. Had no idea where we were going. We were going to miss our train to the hotel. Okay. And I went up to the desk and I was like, all right, it's time for me to use my Japanese for the first time in Japan. And so I like just went for it because I was in survival mode and it worked. And I was like, oh, yeah, like I could communicate. Hi, I'm lost. Where do I go? And she was, you know, I didn't quite understand everything she was saying, but she pointed at a map and stuff like that. Okay. But like being able to just ask basic questions in Japanese or know specific phrases was really helpful, and I felt like I could at least try to connect to people sometimes. It made it a bit easier for me. Yeah.
That's good. And I just had a friend of mine that just came over from the U.S. and I told her, I said, when you get here, you can kind of navigate without not really knowing Japanese, but I think to show some type of respect and that you are at least taking their culture seriously and that you appreciate them is if you know just the simplest basic words, be able to, you know, communicate with them some type of way. So that's awesome that you're able to do that and that it has helped you navigate, you know, life here. So
especially being in the countryside, I think.
Oh, yes.
I think people, you know, in Tokyo or Osaka or the big places, there's a lot of foreigners and a lot of people practice English. Right. But where I am, there are some, but I mean, you know, like going to the bank and going to the post office and different things like that, you kind of have to deal with those things in Japanese. Oh, yeah. Or when someone comes to your door and they're like, with a package and they're trying to talk to you in Japanese and you're like, oh my gosh, who are you? you kind of have to know a little bit. Exactly. And so it's helped because I'm just so far out from the big cities that it's useful here.
That's good. Okay, another fun question for Corinne. What's the first Japanese food you tried when you got here? And was it love it at first bite? Or not so much like, I'm never going to eat that again?
Oh, that's a good question. Now, I have had things that were never try again, thank you.
That part.
But when I first got here, I think the first thing I tried was something from the konbini, because I was like, I felt like a kid in a candy store in the convenience store. I was like, oh my gosh, I've seen the konbinis everywhere on social media, and I hear the 7-Eleven song when I enter the door.
You're like, yes.
Yes. So I bought, I think, probably onigiri.
Okay.
Like the tuna mayo or onigiri.
Oh, my favorite too.
And I like couldn't open it. I was like struggling with the packaging. Like, what is this sorcery? What do I do? And all the Japanese people are walking by, like clearly judging me. But it was so good.
Right.
It was so good. So probably, and then ramen I had like right after that.
Oh,
so
yeah.
like I had all the good stuff. I think I've tried some of the stuff I did not like later, where I was like, ooh, that's scary.
Yeah. I think for me, natto or natto.
Yeah. Oh, natto. Yeah.
I'm good on that. I'm good.
Bad.
Yeah.
Don't like it.
Exactly. It's gross. Even though you came here solo, who or what has helped you feel a little more at home here in Japan? Like, is there like group of people, or is there like a certain club activity that has really made you feel like, okay, I feel at home? It's not home, but I feel at home here in Japan.
Yeah. Some of the things, just like decorating my apartment to look like it's mine. Right. Or going and doing things that I liked doing in America. Okay. So helpful. Like, okay, I'm going to go for a walk. I need to get out of my apartment. Okay. And go for a walk, or like go to a cafe and like have a coffee like I used to do. So doing stuff like that is very grounding, because you're like, oh, I like this. I'm in the same world, just a bit different. Yeah. So stuff like that. There's some people too, like just having English conversation, like laughing with you. Laughter has been medicine from you. I'm telling you. Yes. It's so good. Like, it's so good for me. Right. And then, having some English conversation with people who do speak English here. Like, I go to a little church, and the pastor's daughter speaks fluent English. Oh, wow. That's awesome. Yeah, it's amazing. So I can just, like, we can go out with her, and I can talk in English to her. Okay. And so stuff like that has been really helpful. Okay. Now, you mentioned you go to a small church. Was that, and this is going back to the very beginning when you mentioned, your faith, your religion. Was that one of the key parts of, okay, once I get over here, I'm going to continue what I did back in my home state and try to find a church home? Was that one of your missions here? Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah. So when I came here, I actually didn't know if I would find one, because I was out here, so far away from a city, kind of. Right. So I didn't know if I'd be able to find one, but someone told me about a little church that they had visited like years ago. And they're like, oh, well, maybe this is near you. It's 10 minutes for me. Oh my gosh. So that is awesome. What are the odds? Yeah. So there's a couple around here, and it was really important to me. I just actually didn't expect it. So I thought I was just going to have to, like, maybe I'll start a Bible study with some people or something like that. I don't know. Okay. So now I'm going to this very little church. It's like 15 people. It's all in Japanese. So I just, like, the pastor's daughter will print out the message in English for me, which is so sweet. Yeah. And they're so cute there. Yeah. So I've been doing that, and it was really important to me, but I didn't know if I would actually get to have it coming here, but I do.
Tune in to the next episode with Corinne as we talk about fresh grad, full dojo, Corinne's Japanese journey. As always, my moonbeams, have a great rest of the day, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.